Alright. I feel called to make another weird video. If I feel called, I'm gonna make one, okay? So I just made the one about Humboldt County's medical care is a little different, okay? My dental work is always great, though. I'm not just a no dentist. Like, that's great. But the other medical care is a little suspecting, you guys. Okay. Anyway, so we're gonna do story time. Here's a weird story. Okay, so I used to, like, hike a lot in the bushes before people, like, dressed up in black and chased me around making owl sounds and chased cows and bulls, and it got weird. So I used to do these rounds. I'd, like, go up and down the hill. Okay. And I had a specific dumb energy, sorry. It's Mercury retrograde, our words are jumbled. Injury, excuse me. I used to have, like, a little mini water bottle, and I'd hold it in my hand like this, okay? Like a fist. And, it's like a year, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I, slipped, and my hand, like, slammed down. It was weird. I fell on my butt, and my hand slammed and hit the ground. And, I broke this pointer finger, and I displaced it. Like, I guess I, like, broke my hand. It, like, snapped in half. Excuse me, I'm laughing. And, like, I have a really high pain tolerance. I remember like, holding my hand, and I was like, oh my god, that kind of hurt, man. And, like, my hand behind my back, I'm all, ow. And I was like, let's do another round. And I started feeling lightheaded, and something said, man, you need to, like, get home. And there's, like, a couple hills, because of down the canyon. And, I had to, like, sit down a few times and put my head between my legs. You know, like, I don't know if you've ever injured yourself, and you start getting, like, dizzy. I'm like, I gotta go home. Okay, so I got home, and it was, like, the Psychic Friends Network. Like, I knew I broke my hand. I remember coming home, and, the pain was starting to hit, and I told my mom, I need to go to the ER. I think I broke my hand. I did exactly that. Like, I knew. It was weird. Okay, I get to the ER, and they're, like, they kept asking all these questions, like, they thought that maybe I got, beaten or something. I kept telling them it wasn't very fancy. It was just my hand smashed the water bottle. It was a weird displacement. So, they put the orthopedic surgeon put a cast on me, and I never had a cast. I was like, that's okay. It was fiberglass. It went all the way up to my elbow. I was okay for a couple hours, and then I guess I'm allergic to fiberglass. I started burning like a hot tea kettle. I couldn't handle it. I got hysterical. It felt like my arm was on fire. Finally, I had my friend, like, take me to the ER, and I went to the ER, and they got really weird, and I realized that we don't have sovereignty over our own bodies. And the ER person in Fortuna said, legally I can't cut off a cast of an orthopedic surgeon and put it on you because I could be sued. And I was thinking, but it's my arm. I had no control over my own arm. That was my arm. I would have signed a flippin' waiver. So they sent me home, and it was worthless, and I got hysterical and started cutting my cast off with garden shears. And then my friend that lied about a military career, thank God, had some weird garden shears or some other utensil, and it took like and we could have injured my hand even more. It was displaced. Okay, but I knew I wasn't going to go to sleep if I didn't get the flipping cast off. I was like bawling. Finally, we got that cast off. Oh my god. I ran to the sink, washed my arm with Dawn dish soap, and the burning stopped. It felt like a hot tea kettle. My arm was on fire. There was like, I didn't really care if it took me 1,000 years. It was coming off. I will never have a cast again. It blew my mind that I did the right thing, and I went to the ER, and they would not help me. Wrapped up in legalities, I will never allow anyone to ever put a cast on me ever again. After this experience, that's not going to happen. And it blew my mind. Like, I did the right thing. Went to the ER, and, like, they're worried about legalities, so it's better for me to cut my cast off with garden shears, huh? This blew my mind. So then I went back, and then they harassed me. We don't have a lot of orthopedic surgeons, and the guy that does casts, he called me on the phone. He was rude, and he said, you're going to have the crab claw hand. He said, you better call your doctor and get on some anxiety meds and come back in and get another cast on. And I was like, I don't have to be forced to put no cast on. Never again. And he said, well, if you don't put the cast on, then we're not going to see you again. And he threatened me. And I had my friend go with me, and I went back to the place, and I told him, like, my story went above his head, and they said, you don't have to wear a cast. They did a splint. And my hand fully bends. They threatened me that I'd have the crab claw hand, and they psychologically abused me, threatening that I need to put the cast on, because they make a lot of money putting the cast on, cutting it off, putting it on, cutting it off. We've been using splints for thousands of years, okay? I think it's, like, scammy. Almost the 5-minute mark. It was a terrible story, and I do not have a crab claw hand. And no, you don't have to have a cast if you're claustrophobic like me. Don't let them brainwash you. Don't let them torture you, and don't let them threaten you into a cast, you guys. My hand's fine. We're done here.